I don't think somebody just goes out and writes a book about eating healthy and leaky gut unless something has happened in your life that you have overcome. So take us to what that is and why this is so important to you.
So in October of 2014, I had a serious back surgery, had my S1, L5, L14 fused, and I was recovering. And so in January, I got a weird symptom for me. I had no idea what it was, and I had bleeding in my urine for a day. And I chalked it up to my back surgery. I didn't, I was confused. And then I just kind of let it go. It went away. It happened again in February, just one day. And then I got in the first week of April, and I had 3 days of solid bleeding. And I didn't know what to do. Wasn't sure. And so I filled up a mason quart jar.
Yeah.
And I put it on the counter. My wife walks in. I said, "Is this something I should be worried about?"
That's one way to do it.
Gosh, get down to the Instacare. And make a long story short, it wasn't an infection. That would have been good news. They got me right into a urologist, which got me right in for a scope, and went in and they found 3 large tumors embedded in the bladder wall. The good news for me was it hadn't gone through the bladder wall, or I wouldn't be talking to you today. But that was good news. But the bad news is over 2 years, I developed total of 21 tumors, had 3 surgeries to remove all those tumors. I went through 2 rounds of chemo, and, I was a pretty healthy, I've always been an athlete, and we couldn't understand why we couldn't get on top of this, right? Because, it's kind of confusing. And so that's why we started kind of going down this path of, can we solve all this with just health and nutrition? And guess what happened over this time period?
What happened?
So just doctors kept prescribing medications. And so because I was in so much pain, I was taking a class of drugs called NSAIDs. Do you know what those are?
Explain it to the listeners.
Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs.
Yep.
So from 1999 until I started dealing with the cancer, I was on 10 medications for neuropathy, arthritis. I had ED. So there was just all of these drugs I was taking, had lots of stomach issues. I'd been diagnosed with colitis, Crohn's, peripheral neuropathy in my feet. And so I was just, on any given day, I was like a pain level of 8 to 10.
Oh, wow.
Right. And then, of course, the back surgery was supposed to alleviate that. So I got the end of 2017, I finished my last round of chemo. But I was still having all these pains and health issues. And then on top of it, the worst part beyond that was the brain fog. My kids started wondering if I had dementia because my memory was a mess. And then I got to 2018. I was having a procedure done on my knee. Doctor said, "David, to do this procedure, stem cell treatment in your knee, you have to get off of NSAIDs." And I'm like, "Dr. Khan, why?" And he goes, "Because it'll disrupt the stem cells. You have to be off 30 days. Then 4 months after the treatment, you can't have NSAIDs." And I'm like, how am I going to cope? I'm on Lortab, Lyrica for neuropathy, which is a heavy duty drug, Cymbalta. I mean, these drugs were unbelievable I was taking, and I still was having a hard time coping with pain. So what we found out, and if as you ask questions and stuff, I had a compromised immune system that was from all the inflammation that was in my body, and it was just unbelievable.